Hey guys, it's me Reem. This video I like to share with you guys a very interesting concept. It's about when to lie to women. And before you have any thoughts that this is wrong and stuff, I really recommend you to listen to this entire video before you start commenting and thinking about things. Because when I say there are moments to lie to women, there needs to be made initially already by me right now a very clear distinction what I mean with lying to women, what are the cases that happen, when it's good, when it should be done, and also what's clearly wrong. Of course there are situations where it's clearly wrong. So let me start off first with what I mean with lying. What I mean with lying in this sense is not speaking something that's really not true, but something that's partially true. I'll give you a situation. Let's say that you want to invite a woman to your place. You can say, let's have a glass of wine. She knows exactly what you mean with that. There is something unspoken in that. So if you then are this kind of guy that says, well, having a glass of wine, what I really want with her is to make love, so I don't say let's come for a glass of wine, then you're not understanding the whole thing, what this is about. This is not a lie, guys. So that's one thing. You speak something that's still in a way true. It's not a complete lie. You're not gonna say let's go drink champagne and at home you don't have champagne. So that's another kind of thing. What's as well very important is a second thing, which I would say is your intention. You need to have a very good and clean intention. If that's your outcome with her, so you invite her into something, it could be meeting up, it could be going to your place, it could be making love. If you're there to take, only to take from her, and not wanting to share anything, not wanting to give anything, not improving her life, then any lie is wrong, because then you're manipulating her at her cost for only your benefit. So that's an outcome where lying never is good. However, if you are willing to bring her into a better reality, both for her and for yourself, that you are truly convinced of, then I would say speaking these kind of soft lies to get her into that is actually very good, because men and women have a completely different framework for thinking about lies or not. I've had conversations with a woman recently that we had a conversation, and the topic was something like, uh, I never sleep with men. And it was talking about not having sex with men but sleeping at their place. I don't stay over with men, I don't sleep with men. And the thing is, what that means for me is like, if someone says like, a woman says like that, in my mind it's like, okay, if you're with a man and you're having a night of fun or whatever, then you take your stuff and you leave the place. Later in the conversation she said, well, I just fell asleep for a couple of hours, 1 or 2 hours, and then I took my stuff and I went home. I said, this literally had this man kind of brain is like, well, in that moment you had your eyes closed, you were sleeping, there was a guy next to you, so you were sleeping at his place. Yes, but I fell asleep, she said, and it didn't we didn't have breakfast together and that kind of things, and I left later on. So this is an example that clearly shows the differences with a man's brain and a woman's brain. The woman can then easily say, I do not sleep with men, where in a man's world she really does. So when you are a man and you approach this whole lying thing from a man's mind, you're really limiting yourself in such a way that doesn't even make sense to a woman. It does not make sense. If I also checked one time it was at a beach, and I had this situation. I think I shared it in another video as well. I said to her this. It was around sunset time, and there was some mosquitoes coming. The sun was about to set, and I said to her like we started a conversation, and I invited her to massage her back. And later on, I said, well, it was actually kind of a trick. Like, I wanted to see if there was some foundation for some intimacy, which later came. And I said, actually, in the moment when I invited you for the massage, there was a little hidden intention, and I just wanted to share it, She said, well, if I didn't like you, I would not have accepted the massage. So this again shows that a man's mind might only think about, okay, I'm gonna offer her a massage. So it's like, it's the idea, like a massage, I give it to her, and if she wants something more, we talk about that and that kind of stuff. And this whole thinking, guys, it doesn't match with a woman's reality. The woman is already thinking, he wants to massage me, so he must like me. Maybe he will use it for something more. Maybe he sees it as a staircase for another thing. Maybe he invites me later to go for the dinner, or invite us his place. She's already thinking about it. So it's not only about the massage. And this is again with lying. Some men might say to me, well, if you want something more than just a massage, you should say that. You should not lie to her that you want to give her a massage. Guys, in these scenarios where you bring a woman into a better reality, into a very nice reality, in which she later replies like, wow, I've had a great time with you, thank you so much. These are moments when the way how you get her there is irrelevant. If you lie a bit, it's totally fine. There's no problem with that. These are moments when you should not have these kind of ethical and moral kind of things coming in. It doesn't work like that, guys. If you don't do it, there are other men who still do it and get the girls and whatever. This right or wrong in your mind is different than a right or wrong in her mind. So just focus on what works, what's effective, and what makes her finally in the end happy or not. That should be the focus, your outcome. What's your outcome? That's the measurement here, guys. Not the ethical mind, masculine kind of framework, like is this right or not to say this or to say that. Just focus on the end game. The end game. That's my message for you guys. See you on the next one.